Today, the Father says, I have chosen you to be the recipient of my tender mercies in this season. When it appears that all is lost, my loving kindness and truth are preserving and keeping you in the face of hardship. The enemy's attacks may be numerous, but my loyalty is limitless, enveloping and securing you when everything else fails. God says, do not be afraid. Don't let the enemy convince you that you deserve what is happening. It is a falsehood. You are not flawless, and you make mistakes, but your heart is still oriented to me. I noticed and noted it, and I choose to be pleased to deliver you nonetheless. Yes, there is the unknown and things I haven't disclosed to you, but the key thing to remember is who I am in the situation and that my glory is your rear guard even against things you can't see coming. God says, do not let your heart fail you because of fear. No matter how strongly you react in the situation, resolve not to sin with your lips. Life and death are in your words. When you can't say anything good, let your tongue cleave to the roof of your mouth. I will fill your mouth with excellent things and make my goodness visible in the land of the living in your case. What about the adversary? What about your detractors? They will be dragged backward and humiliated if you leave them to me. Today, the Father says, I understand the stress you're under, and I'm moving to support and grace you to endure amid the storm. Make it your heart's desire and determination not to sin with your lips. The enemy wants you to believe I'm to blame for what's going on, but that's a falsehood disguised as the truth. I am responsible for you, not for what the enemy is doing to you. Keep in mind that the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That is never my way of doing things. When I intervene in your life, it is always about life, and living more abundantly, even when you are under enormous stress or even persecuted. At this point, the most powerful faith statement you can make is to say nothing at all. When your emotions smolder beneath the tensions and troubles, they have the creative capacity to attract more of the same. Allow your tongue to cleave to the roof of your mouth as you recognize that I am bringing you to rest on the threshing floor of my purpose in your life. This causes you to know your end and measure your days without relying on erroneous notions of natural strength or ability. Even when you feel like you're failing and doing everything wrong and reacting improperly to what's going on around you, grace and grace alone will sustain you. Believe me. Trust my mercy and my loving kindness because I am a love Father and I am looking over you until the shift occurs that changes everything. Today, the Father says, I perform miracles in your life in proportion to your complete surrender to me. Don't let the enemy seduce you with self-centered stress or useless anxiety. The angels around you are at work. Join them in your faith and your words. There will be no more commotion or rejection of my teachings. Even if you don't see the conclusion, be correct in the scenario. I've never disappointed you, and I'm not ready to start now. Things are changing, and my faithfulness is being rewarded. Believe in my plans and realize that the transformation is already underway. You are not a poor child, declares God, but an heir to the riches of my kingdom. You are being flooded with faith, hope, and love. Even now, radical transformation is transforming the landscape of your life. The refreshing of my spirit is flowing through deserts. The route forward is obvious as towering obstructions yield. Reject unbelief, skepticism. Choose the simplicity of trust in me, because new things are coming to fruition in your life that you've been waiting for all these years. Today, the Father says, sleeplessness is not your lot. I promise you that you will sleep peacefully today because you are safe in my everlasting arms. Troubles may be churning around you, but I am whispering calm to your storm. You've been wondering where I am in all of this, but take another look. I'm sleeping in the bow of your boat. Stop rowing incessantly to get out of the storm and just come snuggle with me. Then you'll rest, open your eyes, and find yourself on land, safe and sound. Today, the Father says, sleeplessness is not your lot. I promise you that you will sleep peacefully today because you are safe in my everlasting arms. Troubles may be churning around you, but I am whispering calm to your storm. You've been wondering where I am in all of this, but take another look. I'm sleeping in the bow of your boat. Stop rowing incessantly to get out of the storm and just come snuggle with me. Then you'll rest, open your eyes, and find yourself on land, safe and sound. After considering all of the accusations leveled against you, the Father declares today that the verdict is in your favor. I judged you not guilty, absolved you, and released you fully from all charges. Because it is your time and turn to touch the countries of the world, you will be rewarded with immense compensation and restoration. It is time to fulfill your destiny portion and kingdom purposes, which is why you were born. The accuser of the brethren presented numerous objections, but I overruled each one and granted you this tremendous triumph, says the Father. You have triumphed over all odds, and now is the time to relish independence and grow in all aspects. You will be like a tree planted by flowing rivers, with leaves that never wither. You will bear many fruits and attract a wide range of individuals. As a reward, I shall remove every hindrance and stumbling block in your path. God promises that the opponents of your lifting will be relocated far away and occupied elsewhere so that they will not be a bothering influence over your new season. Your restoration procedure is already beginning. The pace is decided by me. If you cooperate, you will receive an increase and a double for your trouble. This is entirely by my hand and is the result of my deep regard for you and acknowledgement of all the sacrifices you have made to further my goals. I am trustworthy and true in your life, and I have rescued you from the jaws of defeat and provided you with this wonderful turnaround. Prepare for the celebrations to begin, my beloved, says the Father. The Father adds that today, not just on holidays, but by living your life in a grateful posture, and being appreciative even when things don't go as planned, you are paving the way for more in your life. The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but I have come that you may have life and have it abundantly. Gratitude makes room for more. You are not selfish when you are thankful. Selfish people hold on to more than is right and consume it to satisfy their desires. This is because they haven't learned the benefits of being faithful and generous in all aspects of life. My agreement with you is an everlasting covenant that extends to your descendants after you. What you seed will be reaped by subsequent generations in your and your descendants' lives. You will be carried forth in peace and with gladness. Because all of creation is waiting and longing for the manifestation of God's mature sons and daughters to awaken, arise, and come forth, the mountains and hills will break forth in song, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. You will be acutely aware of my presence and glory as they flow in and through your existence. You will have a greater measure where there have been peaks. There has been considerable talk about the grandeur, as well as much expectancy and prayer. Know that you will walk in all its fullness. Whatever you do, do it for my glory, and my glory will become more visible in your midst. Today, the Father declares that captivity is not your lot. The chains of transgression that have followed and bound you are breaking, and you will experience liberation like you haven't felt in a long time. Take solace in that assurance. Please have faith that I am working on your behalf. Refuse to be depressed or walk in hopelessness. There is a future for you, and there is a way of living that is neither dreary nor devoid of joy. I know the blow that life delivered you stings. Even when you couldn't find me or experience my presence, I was right there maintaining and keeping you. I not only heard what you said that you regretted, but I also heard what you didn't say because you were steadfast in your faith in me even when things were rough. God says, let your mouth pray. Prayers are your spirit's breathing. As the lungs provide oxygen to the body, prayers bring my grace into your soul, causing you to be lightened and strengthened even when you are emotionally and mentally weak. I'm paying attention. I'm responding to your heart's plea. I have not allowed what you are going through because of some perceived failure on your behalf, despite what others may claim. Whatever circumstances appear to be, I have wrapped you in my goodness and am protecting you in my arms. Others may have died in comparable circumstances, but rest assured that I have spared you and will save you from annihilation. This is a season of healing, restitution, and rest. This is your chance to feel the affection with which I love you with my everlasting love. Today, the Father says, change isn't change until it's changed. The path you are on is not what you expected, but my whole promise must be fulfilled. Don't pass judgment or presume that only loss or heartbreak lies ahead. I'm aware of your approach. I am with you and will never abandon you. I've prepared you, and I'm carrying you like a mother carries her child in her arms. Believe me. Allow me to take over from here. God responds, I never asked you to be a fixer. When Uzzah held the ark steady, he died because he looked to his strength rather than my honor. The scenario you're in may be chaotic, but that doesn't mean I'm not in command. Today, I am shifting the axis of your situation from anguish and pain to incredible favor and blessing. Take a deep breath. Breathe in my faithfulness and exhale all anxiety. You need not be concerned because I am present and working. Today, when wickedness expands and the threat of the enemy grows, remember that one person in love with me and believing me in the situation is a majority. You have them outnumbered. Refuse to be concerned. Instead, close your eyes and pray, Father, I trust your will be done. Remember that I place no value on pain. I never desire misery or ruin for you. I will reverse the curse and bring you out into a sevenfold recompense on an expedited scale. When problems appear to be multiplying, look up. Look and live, I say to you, just as Moses raised the serpent and those who looked lived. Look at the cross to see the cost of your salvation. Yes, there is a heaven beyond this world, but I am your salvation right now. Right now, I am working to ease and remove the yoke of tyranny from you. Joy is returning and testimony is gushing forth right now from glory to glory and faith to faith. Today, the Father says, when you get a phone call from hell, just say, Father, it's for you. When the creditors threaten you, merely grin and reply, Father, you've got mail. When you're out of your depth and at a loss for answers, I'm working quietly, faithfully, and courageously to demolish the enemy and bring you out on the other side. Just have faith in me, believe and obey. Trust and keep putting one foot in front of the other, for the path ahead is one I've ordained and fully prepared for. I know you're in pain. Remember that I was tempted in every way that you are. Remember that any hurt or anguish you may feel was not mine to begin with. I understand. I understand what you're up against. My heart is filled with compassion as I work to bring you much-needed relief. Maintain your position of expectation. Know that my constancy is becoming visible. I am present, speak to me and know that I am who I am and that this is your time of deliverance. Today, the Father says that worrying is a waste of time. Being frustrated and giving up hope right now will be an embarrassment tomorrow when you see how powerfully I am already moving in your life. Allow your mouth to pray. Not with those anxious prayers or scared pleadings. In my kingdom, prayer is not begging or pleading, it is dominating and reigning. On your knees, you accept the scepter of rule bestowed by the cross. When you fully surrender, the gates of glory open and divine intervention rushes to your aid. Take no notice of what is going on around you. Nothing should be taken lightly. Think about whatever is pure, perfect, just, or noble, for I will never disappoint you or leave you asking, where is God in all of this? Place your chin on my shoulder. Climb into my lap and relax your creased brow. I am present, and I will never abandon you. This is your blessing season, and my power is now manifesting in your life. According to the Father, you are emerging from the ashes today, like the phoenix from the matrix, and being thrust directly into the heart of the nations for kingdom missions. You have emerged from the extreme pressures of pure gold, becoming a precious commodity for the kingdom. You are priceless and valuable. Anticipate a significant increase in your stock as you become a sought-after commodity for this new dawn. Your influence will extend beyond your borders and touch many people. These will be broken and beleaguered people on the verge of despair. According to the Father, they will be drawn to the life-giving rivers coming from your inner being and your sort of glory flavor that is dropping from the clouds, which will bring about a major change and transformation. The tide is turning, and my resurrection power is at work in your life situations. This time, you will not be delayed, rather, you will ascend to the throne, where you will rule and reign and scream vicariously for the salvation and healing of the nations day and night, declares God. I vowed to turn your captivity around, and it's happening, so celebrate. I firmly pledge to restore your fortunes and pay you double for your trouble, and so it shall be. Your youth will be restored, and you will soar to greater heights. The dust from the tremor has settled, and strong rains are on their way. The levees can no longer hold the waters because a breakthrough has arrived. Beloved, you are a perfect candidate for the breakthrough since you have emerged triumphant from several arenas of trial, says the Father. Today, the Father says, reject the misunderstanding that comes from worrying. Instead, focus on my faithfulness, since what is about to happen will serve as a witness in your life for years to come. Nothing about your condition surprises me, says God. I'm not pacing the throne room, thinking how I'm going to get you out of this situation. It makes no difference how you got here or who is to blame. Don't waste your time pointing fingers. Simply look to me with anticipation, since my hand is already moving to intervene, and fast. According to the Father, this is a Godspeed acceleration period in your life. Leave your concerns to me, and know that at the end of the day, my peace will reign over everything. Rest is your portion, therefore submit to my authority. Every breath should proclaim, yes, Lord, I trust you. God says, you are emerging from this furnace of affliction, for I am the fourth guy in your fire. There will be no trace of smoke or disappointment since I am acting and moving right now to set you free. Today, the Father says, they have me completely wrong. Who are they in the first place? I am not the aloof, distant, and abusive parent that they believe I am. According to the Father, the concept of Father God is a perversion. My friendship with you is my answer to that misunderstanding. I have appointed you to raise awareness of my love and concern for those in your sphere of influence. Tell them how much I adore them. Tell them I'm not angry or disappointed in them. Tell everyone, even those you believe are the least deserving, that I love them. After all, I love them because I love them, and I will never stop loving them. I am the Father of lights, and you are the lights I mentioned. I made you to be a source of light. I made you to be the light in my eyes, just as Joseph and Benjamin were the light in Abraham's. You are called to be a light to me and everyone around you. As you enable my relationship with you to be mirrored by others, you are a light provider. Tell them, says the Father, and I will see to it that you reap the rewards of the earth's truth tellers. Today, the Father says, you are my child, I teach you, and I give you great peace. Allow your heart to be at peace. You believe in me, therefore believe in my Son, whom I have sent. There are many mansions in my house, and a place is being prepared for you even now. Therefore, know with certainty that Jesus will return and receive you to himself so that where we are, you might also be. Some believe that the Lord postpones his return. Watch and pray that you are not overtaken by the spreading falsehood in the world around you. You are my chosen people, a royal priesthood who understand and carry out my will. Awake, you who are sleeping, and rise from the dead, for Christ will give you light. I am light, and there is no darkness in me. When you walk in the light, you have company with one another, and Jesus' blood cleanses you of all sin. Watch your steps, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. My will is found in my word, and as you focus on it, I will reveal great and mighty things to you that you are unaware of. Gird your loins, be sober and attentive, because your opponent has one plan for you, and I have another. My strategy will be successful. Align your time, thoughts, words, and actions with my word, and everything you say or do will have the same impact as if I said or did it. You are a part of the company that is shining as the light burning in a dark area because of your surrender, and I will show myself powerfully on your behalf. The Father says today that the wicked are monitoring the righteous, but I am also watching. Behold my loyal hand to deliver. Please wait for me. Keep your feet on the route I've laid out for you and don't deviate. Those who have sought your ruin and speculated on whether you will succeed have no concept of how far I will go to preserve and increase you beyond all expectations. Let me be clear, I will not abandon you to the enemy, and I will not condemn you when you are judged. What does this signify, and how does it look? If you remain teachable, I will lead you to a position where, through my power, everything you say and do will be as effective as if I said or did it. They have designated you for destruction, but I have marked you as one who walked before me with a pure heart. Keep your options open. Be interruptible and correctable, and your final result will be peace, wealth, and unpolluted favor unaffected by adverse events. What about the adversary? He has been severed. What about the jester? Every mouth will be shut. What about the fainting hands and the heart on the verge of collapsing? I will strengthen your heart even in adversity and promote my goals in you as you maintain and remain in your place of rest with me. God says, trust me, and I will take it from here. The wicked, according to the Father, have bent their bow, yet their arrows have missed the mark. You may be in the sights of the enemy, but remember that your only defense is me. I am your sturdy tower and defender. Others may look on and believe this is the end, but it is merely the beginning. $1,000 may fall at your right hand and $10,000 may fall at your left hand, but neither will come near you. The sword drawn by your adversary to take you out will enter his heart and spew the innards of his hatred on his own contaminated ground. Have faith in me. Believe that my hand is at work in your life. The little you have and have kept of your witness is being refined in the furnace of adversity so that you may emerge as gold. I know your days, says God, live uprightly. I am aware of the terrible period, but you will not be put to shame. You will be satisfied in times of famine, and in times of darkness, I will be as the noonday light, directing and guiding you, saying, this is the way, walk you in it. Who are the wicked? They are doomed. You've seen them rise and wag their tongues at you, as well as be marginalized and reduced to a piece of bread. They will be consumed as smoke, but your movements will be guided by my hand because you have delighted in me when all others have turned to their path. I am holding you up, says God, and you will not be completely cast down. What appears to be a detriment is a benefit. I will lift you because you have placed your trust in me. I will never let you down. Don't waste your time fretting about the losing team, says the Father today. You are aware that the devil and all of his schemes have been defeated, correct? This is not a moment to mourn, but rather to go to fight. War on those who will steal, kill, and destroy what I have given you. Concentrate on the negative, and the adversary will be exposed. There are adversary intents and plans that I am making known, and they will even be yelled from the rooftop. The actions carried out in the dark without your knowledge will become vividly evident, and you will know what to do next. Put your hand in mine and believe. Put your hand in mine and know that I will never abandon you. This is not the hour of your demise, but of your greatest success in my kingdom. Go about your day, God says, and keep the main thing the main thing. Refrain from engaging in idle chit-chat, needless wondering, and supposition about things and people that don't matter. All that requires your attention is what you do for me. Putting on my thoughts and my thinking in the situation will position you for greatness. You have nations in you, dear. I am yours, and you are mine. I never do anything in a tiny way or hide my handiwork in a corner. Be forthright in your testimony. Be prepared to observe my hand at work. There will be no more waiting and no more unfulfilled desires. I am sweeping my judgments in your life to produce a grain whose bread will please your spirit and empower you for the road. What a fantastic time to rise from the valleys of depression and deep areas of pain, says the Father today. Places of the grave, which are strange places of my disciplines and chastises, but also a place to experience a vast depth of my love and generosity, which will qualify you for positions of sonship. My name is Father, and I adore you. I am your loving Father, and I rebuke him whom I love. The turbulence has subsided, and the shaking has stopped. Chastisement and the molting process are both involved. I'm soothing you and walking alongside you to ensure your safety. Allow me to take over from here and steer the boat till it reaches the calmer waters of peace, tranquility, and delight in the Holy Spirit. According to the Father, you will restore your confidence when everything falls into place. This level is brand new, displaying the wealth of my faithfulness and the abundance of my mercies. You can count on me to keep my promises. Trust me with all your heart and don't rely on your intellect. Why not trust when under the most severe pressures and ferocious fires of testing? You will eventually reach the other side of the benefits. I can find my way through the dips and darkness, as well as through agony and the cemetery. As the night gives way to day, shake off the disappointments and shed the clothing of despondency. It is the Lord's day, says the Father, when channels of healing and recovery open up wide for you. Today, the Father declares, fear is not your portion. Every other terror is impure, save the fear of the Lord. I am the God who knows the end from the beginning in your life, darling. I'm the fourth man in your line of fire. My promise to you is that you will emerge from the furnace of tribulation with no trace of smoke on your garments. It's a new day. This is a new era. To understand the spiritual landscape around you, you'll need to acquire a new download from heaven. The days of reeling from one crisis to the next and one set of difficulties to the next are long gone. You shall now ride on the earth's high places, from glory to glory and from faith to faith. Decide to cut your remarks in the house of mocking. Refrain from casting your vision's pearls before the pig mindset of unbelief. The sense-ruled mind will never embrace the articles of faith. You must base your expectations not on the vagaries of change and chance, but on the certainty and actuality of my word of promise. God declares, I am the ultimate promise keeper. I am aware of your heart's wishes. I also know the enemy's attempt to divert and derail you from within, the vision I implanted. Shake your body. Refuse to be hypnotized by the present or to wallow in regret over the past. Forgive, let go, and bless. Advance in the power of my Spirit. The brightness of my radiance falls on you now, encompassing you and propelling you forward to the greater fulfillment of everything I've promised you even today. When disappointments mount, remember that I have not abandoned you or withdrawn my love for you. I may appear to be far away at times, but I am a God who is close. I'm not going to let go of your life. You are now entering a time when answered prayer is accelerating, even Godspeed acceleration, which transforms everything in an instant. I'm not going to sit back and watch how difficult things get for you. Align your heart to mine. Speak your faith as if it were a weapon, wielding it against every false witness. Today, the Father declares, I am not angry with you, nor am I rebuking you. My heated displeasure exists, but it is reserved for your adversaries, for I call you my darling, and my protective hand keeps you secure from every harm. Say to your ears, hear the promise of God. See what God's plan is and what the Father is doing. See your eyes. Those who wish to take your life. They are as chaff in the wind, consumed in the fire, but you will hold firm and be promoted in the area of your greatest challenge. So, don't give in or give up. Even if your losses are significant, recovery is near. When you say my word with faith, it is carried out as if I said it. When you don't, they have nothing to work with, and your remarks may encourage your adversaries. This day, I grant you my peace, my unwavering calm in all circumstances, perfect well-being, spiritual prosperity, freedom from anxieties, agitating passions, and moral problems. I am multiplying in and through you. My divine power has given you everything you need for life and godliness via a complete understanding of what I have supplied for you. When you say my word with faith, it is carried out as if I said it. When you don't, they have nothing to work with, and your remarks may encourage your adversaries. This day, I grant you my peace, my unwavering calm in all circumstances, perfect well-being, spiritual prosperity, freedom from anxieties, agitating passions, and moral problems. I am multiplying in and through you. My divine power has given you everything you need for life and godliness via complete understanding of what I have supplied for you. Today, the Father declares, I am not a distant God. I am close to you, as I am to everyone who has a humble spirit and a contrite heart. Offer your repentance, says the Father. There's no need to rattle your saber, bluster, or be bellicose in this situation. I understand what's going on. I'm exposing and making known and said from the rooftop what needs to be known and said. Tell your ears to hear and your eyes to see what God is showing you. Do not be scared or hesitant, because I am not only showing you what is coming but also what my hand is doing and moving and exacting my justice in the circumstance, so that you may come forth blessed and a blessing to all those around you. God says to shout for gladness, not for mastery. When I'm with you, you don't have to master the circumstances. Allow me to be who I am, and you, my eager subject, to be who you are. Believe in me and know that I am working. Magnify me, and I will be magnified in your position, causing things to go your way. Speak of my righteousness and goodness, for they are falling on you this day, even the beneficial rains of my favor that change and shift the atmosphere and bring heaven to earth over you in an instant. Today, the Father says, I have seen your poverty of spirit, and I am delivering you from those who are too strong for you. I've seen the deception of fake brothers and sisters who have uttered against you things that did not originate from me. They spoke, and I heard, and now I'm moving to defend you. You never need to defend yourself, says God, because I have the resources to vindicate you and cause my truth in you to outlive the lies around you, bringing you into your blessing place, that place of refreshing and renewal that changes everything and molds you more into my image. Never respond in kind when your adversary throws a party and discovers that everything is okay in their world because you are suffering. Come to their aid when they falter. When they fight for them as if they were your best friend. When they mock you, look up to me, because your deliverance has a timetable and I will not delay it forever. Wait for it, God says. Wait for the hand of my salvation, which is already forewarning and arriving. I will not stand by and do nothing, says God, but I will act. And I am acting to save you from their wrath and to save you from the mouth of the lion and the paw of the bear. The Father says today that the enemy is seeking who I am on the inside of you, not who you are. If the enemy can weaken you, he believes he can obstruct me, but that is not in my plan for you, declares God. The adversary has turned against you today. Confusion comes to your foes today, and they will be as chaff before the wind in my time of harvest. God says, I am bringing you to rest on the threshing floors of my purposes. Allow your tongue to cleave to the roof of your mouth and remain mute as I deal with those who have used their mouths to defame and assault you. This day's path will be gloomy and slick. My angel will afflict them because they have persecuted you and, in doing so, have persecuted me. Prepare to hide your face in me, says God, because those who made a pit for your soul will be caught in their net and fall into the trap they prepared for you. All of this, and my unwavering hand is still unfurled, for I will not leave you where you are, and I will not leave you who you are. I am transforming you and molding you more precisely into my image. It's not about you, says God, it's about me. Let go of self-consciousness and self-referral and anchor yourself in the identity of I am that I am, for I am on the inside of you, militating and proceeding to war against the false witness and those who have rewarded evil for good and those who rejoiced when calamity touched your life, So stay in the place of walking in love and moving in love, because love is who I am, and in love you will never fail, says the Father. According to the Father, a cleaning drive is currently ongoing in your life. This is part of the molting process that will rejuvenate and reshape you. You will live longer and with a renewed sense of purpose. All of this is preparing the way for my glory to shine brightly, and it will boost capacity and vigor and inspire a desire for more. Come to me and participate in this process that is required at this time of transition. God says, we can do it the easy way or the long way. Let us take the easier route, because the long path can be tough and unpleasant at times. Be teachable and listen carefully, because I will reveal you blind spots and specks in your eyes. I will bring unconfessed places and small pockets of sin to the surface in your heart. Repent fast and be willing to let go, says the Father, so that you do not fall short of my glory and restrict your effect. Come with me on a retreat away from prying eyes and predators who could take advantage of your vulnerable position and disrupt the procedure. Allow me to investigate your heart and change your ways. I will cleanse your heart and revive your spirit within you. It will have a gold heart that loves unconditionally and is empathetic towards everyone. God says, one who is a true reflection of me, because I am love. Follow these procedures to the letter, and let's finish this process as soon as possible. According to the Father, you will emerge new, fresh, and energized for the new season. Today, the Father continues, the gavel of divine justice will fall in your favor. I have covered you in my love's garment and protected you from the warring of tongues this day. Take hold of the shield and buckler I've given you in the Spirit, and know that no harm will come to you, that not even a single hair on your head will be singed by the fire you're traveling through right now. You've asked, you've pleaded, you've interceded, you've petitioned, and I've heard you at the set moment, and today I rise to help you and to confound and shame those who plot your harm. I've given them time to repent and years to change their minds, and now I won't wait any longer, because I won't let the mercy I've offered them turn into cruelty towards you. The Father advises that this is the hour of punishment and discipline, therefore remain humble. Be amendable. Be self-sufficient, not requiring punishment but keeping an open ear to hear everything my Spirit directs you to. Those adversaries. What about them? I've told you before, forgive, release, and bless. Leave it to me. If you can't forgive them, you'll suffer as someone who hasn't been forgiven. If you can't even release your most heinous foe, the chain will remain around your ankle. I've decided to bless you, but if you can't bless your enemy with a true and honest heart, then all the bounty I've planned for you will be withheld. So I say again, bless those who have used you, lied to you, and taken from you, because in doing so, you secure your benefit and launch yourself into a new blessing place in my kingdom. Today, the Father says, I will be with you when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death. When it appears that you are backed into a corner with no way out, know that I am working all things for your good, no matter how it appears. Things in the mirror appear greater than they are, and I can move by your trust even in the most terrible of circumstances. Faith has substance, it is real, and it may grow when fed with my word. Faith can become frail and shriveled as a result of a lack of my word, which also causes doubt, unbelief, and dread. Instead, concentrate on what I'm doing rather than what's going on around you. When you are directed by my Spirit within you, you are not unaware of the devil's schemes. My powers will begin to manifest through you at a far higher level than you have previously experienced. This is what it takes to do Jesus' works and greater works than those. Greater faith, confidence, and fearlessness will be required. You must be completely convinced that I am capable of carrying out what I promised in your life and view your life to aid others. Christ-likeness is the objective. You were created in my image, thus you are of God's stock. When I said, "Seek my face," your heart replied, "I will seek your face, Lord. For I will hide you in my shelter and raise you high on a rock in times of difficulty. When my mercy and grace are on full show in your midst, your head will be elevated above your foes, and you will offer the sacrifice of praise with screams of delight." Today, the Father tells you that you are not a prisoner of futility. The situation is not hopeless. The enemy would have you believe that it's all over, but dear, I'm only getting started. You are currently experiencing newfound fruitfulness. I am working my way to you and through you to bring you to a whole new level of authenticity in my spirit. Today is a day of favor for you to go further into a position of grace and permission. God permits you. Satan wants you to believe that I am not a permissive father, yet I am. I am giving you space and freedom to enter a new area within me and discover who I am in you and to you. I grant you new permission to ascend to a greater position in me today. Know that I desire you as my delight and my unique property, says God. Please come to me. I'm not running away. I'm not going to hide from you. I'll make sure you find me. Freedom. I permit you to investigate my love and my favor. Enter the rest of the process of not trying and just being. Learn the art of just being who I am in and through you. This is the better life, and I invite you to attend. I welcome you into my wide arms. Place your head on my shoulder and breathe in my calm while exhaling all anguish and grief. Today I will heal you. God says, today I heal you from all your heartache. God says, today, receive a new mindset born of my spirit within you. You will no longer consider dealing with problems. Rather, when confronted, you will reset your thinking and engage my peace first, for my peace transforms every obstacle into a rich bed of opportunity to break out and break through into upgrading and promotion regardless of the conditions. My serenity surrounds you. My tranquility is both above and below you. My serenity is spreading throughout your existence, permeating every scenario. You are living beyond misery and suffering. Sorrow will not and cannot define my peace, which, like a river, creates an expectation of good, best, and over-the-top blessing in your land. My tranquility is giving birth to new possibilities, possibilities that are displacing challenges and difficulties. My calm is a hammock of repose beneath my favor's palm tree. Enjoy my tranquility. Call up my peace and deploy my peace to observe what occurs. Allow my peace to ambush anything in your life that resists peace. So, today, curl up on the couch and have a warm, cozy cup of my calm. Allow my serenity to be a warm blanket around you, even a 24/7 ambient atmosphere of calm, my peace that will never leave you in your hour of need.